Taehyung offended? Jungkook takes a surprising decision that changes everything. The reason behind his decision. Si-hyuk fell silent, and Taehyung was completely at a loss for words. Is this treason? Or is it the truth that has been hidden? Taehyung offended. Surprise reaction when JK takes a surprise decision. Shocking truth. The reason JK betrayed BTS members leaves Taehyung and Si-hyuk speechless. Is this the end of the story of togetherness that has been believed as unshakable? Why is it that when everything seems to be going well, Jungkook suddenly makes a decision that even makes Taehyung lose control? Is it true? This is a form of betrayal. Imagine a quiet room at night, only to hear the ticking of a wall clock and the heavy breathing of someone sitting pensive with a blank look. In front of him, a screen shows again moments of laughter, hugs, and years of struggle. But that day, everything changed. Taehyung, a man with a warm smile and eyes full of stories, no longer turned his head when Jungkook's name was mentioned. In fact, when the camera panned his face behind the stage of a special event that was supposed to be their moment of pride together, there was no longer that glow of familiarity. There is only the cold look of the eye that holds something deeper than just disappointment. What exactly did Jungkook do? Rumors first broke when HYB suddenly deleted one of BTS's secret rehearsal videos. Many soldiers are wondering why the video only aired for an hour and then disappeared. In the video, a brief moment is seen that makes netizens exchange theories on various forums. Taehyung stands still, with a dark face, while Jungkook walks away from him without turning his head once. What's wrong? The surprises didn't stop there. A few days later, BTS's official account posted a very unusual announcement. Jungkook is rumored to be taking on solo projects that are not only far removed from BTS's style, but also without the written permission of the label. This decision caused an internal uproar. Si-hyuk, the founder of Big Hit, was said to have suffered a mild anxiety attack after hearing the news that Jungkook had signed a commitment with an external party outside of the agency's plans. Is it true that Jungkook stepped over the contract? Or was there something bigger that prompted him to take that extreme step? What made Jungkook so brave? Back at the beginning of the year, Taehyung posted a cryptic message on Weverse. Sometimes it's those we trust the most. He was the first to leave us. Many thought it was about a former relationship or a personal issue, but it turned out to be a long sentence. After Jungkook's shock decision was announced, the sentence felt like a red flag that had been ignored. But the question is, what is Jungkook's reason? An unnamed longtime staffer divulged that Jungkook had been harboring deep disappointment with the BTS creative team's decision. He feels constrained, not free to channel his ideas and soul. In fact, in several meetings, Jungkook is said to have slammed the project script because he felt his artistic vision was ignored. And when someone with a free spirit like Jungkook feels imprisoned, then the decision to get out of that cage is no longer a matter of daring or not, but of surviving or exploding. But on the other hand, this decision is heartbreaking for the other members, especially Taehyung. Taehyung and Jungkook are known as an almost inseparable duo. From backstage laughs to silent hugs in fragile moments. But when that trust is broken, what's left? Si-hyuk is said to have finally called the two in a closed-door meeting. No media, no staff.
Just the three of them.
And according to a leak from someone who heard directly from the building's security personnel, the high noise and the slammed door were the only ones heard from inside the room during the 3-hour meeting. What did Taehyung actually say in the room? Is she crying? Or are you angry because you feel betrayed? And the most surprising thing, is it true that Jungkook once said, "I'm tired of pretending that everything is fine just for the sake of keeping a name that no longer reflects who I am"? That sentence shattered the hopes of many. Outside, the army began to split. Some defended Jungkook, calling him brave and honest. But there are also those who feel hurt because this decision was felt suddenly, without communication, without a humane transition. Taehyung himself has yet to make an official statement. But one of the sources said that he decided not to appear in the latest documentary recording session as a form of rejection of Jungkook's decision. Meanwhile, Bang Si-hyuk began to get pressure from various parties, including investors who felt the BTS project was starting to falter. What does this all mean for the future of BTS? Is this the beginning of a split that many have been afraid of? Or is it just a storm for a moment before calm returns? But what makes it all so much more emotional is Jungkook's own reaction. In one short live that lasted only 3 minutes, before suddenly shutting down, Jungkook is seen holding a small pendant that he and Taehyung bought together while on tour in Japan. He stared at the locket for a long time. He said, "I know it hurts, but sometimes the truth is like that. Not everything can stay the same." Why did Jungkook say the word truth? What exactly was he hiding all this time? Does Taehyung know? Behind all this drama, there is one thing that has yet to be revealed, about a letter found by BTS's manager inside an old rehearsal studio. The letter was written by hand, without a signature, but very clearly contained anger, disappointment, and the pain. Is that Taehyung's? Or Jungkook's? The letter, though unpublished, said, "I have warned you. Do not ignore invisible wounds." Because when it finally broke, no one could fix it. And now we can only ask, is all this curable? Or is Jungkook's decision a point of no return? Will Taehyung forgive him? Or is this just the beginning of a story that is no longer a chapter? The obvious. Tears have been shed. And the truth still leaves unspoken wounds. When Seoul's night sky becomes a silent witness, the city lights no longer shine as beautifully as usual. Something was broken that night, not the building, not the contract, but the hearts that once trusted each other. And the cracks are felt, permanent. Jungkook never thought that his decision to be honest with yourself would actually be a time bomb that destroyed the harmony he had built with the brothers he had called family. But is it really only he who is wrong? During the sudden press conference HYB held a few days after the news spread widely, Bang Si-hyuk's face looked paler than usual. The reporters waited, hoping for clarification or denial, at least consolation. But all they get is a short, loaded sentence. "We respect the decisions of each of our artists, even if sometimes the decision was heavier than we could understand." No names mentioned, but the public knows exactly who is meant. Meanwhile, the public was shocked by reports from Japanese media that Jungkook was meeting with the legendary composer who had been known as HYB's great rival. Does this mean that Jungkook is not only out of BTS's path, but also planning to form your own music group? Even more surprising, there was a small note caught on camera as they sat at a restaurant table. "Free expression equals free from restrictions." The sentence immediately became a trending topic, provoking speculation that this was Jungkook's main motivation, to break away from the system he considered to be curbing. But what about Taehyung? An internal source said that Taehyung felt betrayed not because of the solo project, but because of the fact that he was the last to know. Jungkook never talked about it, never signaled. No warning, no goodbye. Just a silent step, then a world that collapses in an instant. "If only he had spoken first," said Taehyung to a production staff member during their last concert rehearsal break. His eyes were glazed, but he still forced a smile. "I'll probably support him. But now, I don't even know who he is." The sentence was like a hard blow to the heart of the army who had been pinning their hopes on the solidity of their friendship. There is something much deeper behind Taehyung's disappointment. According to a source who worked with them at the beginning of their debut, Taehyung and Jungkook once made a secret promise when they both rehearsed late into the night in a cramped, unheated studio. The promise reads, "Whatever happens, we have to talk to each other first." That promise. Now it is denied. Meanwhile, Bang Si-hyuk begins to receive harsh pressure from HYB's internal council. Not only because the BTS project was threatened, but also because investors lost confidence. HYB's share price fell for 2 days in a row, and the fanbase community began to rowdy. Not a few blame the agency for not being able to maintain communication between members. However, this story is far from over. A few days after the drama reached its peak, Taehyung's personal social media account rocked the entire fandom. She posted a photo of her childhood with Jungkook, along with a caption that left everyone stunned. "I miss the old version of you who don't feel like they have to be someone else." The sentence was immediately read by millions as a form of deep pain, not anger, but wounded longing. Jungkook's reaction came shortly after, in the form of a song. A 28-second audio clip titled "Sorry for the Silence" was uploaded on the SoundCloud platform. Only one verse, but it contains an explosive emotion. "I know you're waiting, but I'm locked in a world I can't explain. Sorry for not talking. I'm just afraid you're gonna stop me from flying." And again, the W. The next day after Jungkook's short audio upload, the K-pop world turned into a field of speculation and tears. Armies around the world flooded social media with the hashtags #TalkToTaehyung and #ComebackJK, as if hoping time could be rewound to a day where no secrets, no wounds were left so deep. But time never goes backwards. And wounds never heal if they are left open. One fan from the Philippines shared an open letter to Jungkook that went viral in just hours. It reads, "You're not wrong for wanting to fly, but don't forget who taught you how to open your wings." The sentence is heartbreaking, but it feels fair, not judgmental, but evocative. And what happened next was completely beyond anyone's expectations. Amid the growing silence between Taehyung and Jungkook, an old video of their training was leaked to the public. The 11-minute video features a choreographed session of the song "Fake Love" that was never released to the public. In the 8th minute, Taehyung's voice was clearly heard saying with a laugh, "If one day you want to leave, please let me know first. Don't be a ghost, though." Jungkook replied with a small smile, but said nothing. And now, the laughter is a memory, while the sentence turns into a wound that cannot be sewn back. On the other hand, Si-hyuk finally spoke up in a limited interview conducted exclusively with a leading Korean outlet. In the interview, he did not hold back emotions. With a trembling voice, he said, "I believe in the dreams of all BTS members. But when one of those dreams grows out of alignment, as a producer, I have to be quiet. As a human being, I want to cry." Then he added something more surprising. "I once warned Jungkook that honesty without communication is the subtlest form of betrayal. But he chose silence. And I can't change that." The statement instantly set social media ablaze. Army split in two. Some defended Jungkook furiously, believing that he was just trying to be himself. But others felt that he had completely broken the emotional balance of the group they had loved for a decade. Yet what happened that night in HYB's studio really shook things up. According to an internal staff member, Taehyung and Jungkook finally met after nearly a month of not talking to each other. But the meeting was not a reconciliation, rather an explosion. The source said, "They entered the studio in silence. No one said hello, just a cold look. Then Taehyung said quietly, 'Why don't you talk to me? You know I'll understand.' And Jungkook replied, 'Precisely because I knew you would understand. I was afraid I would regret it.' Then silence and screaming. No crying. But the aura in the room was so heavy, the source said, as if the air itself couldn't circulate. Afterwards, Taehyung comes out first, rejecting the manager's invitation to speak further. Jungkook remained in the studio for 2 hours, playing the piano alone. And that night, a new song called "If I Spoke" was recorded in one take. The song has not yet been released, but pieces of the lyrics have been scattered. "If I spoke, would you still stay? If I spoke, would I still be me?" A bitter question. Jungkook seems to be caught between the desire to be free and the fear of losing the identity formed with the people he now feels betrayed by, but all has not stopped. 1 week later, Taehyung uploaded a short video, not on Instagram, not on TikTok, but on Weverse, only for the army. In the video, he says quietly while staring at the camera, "BTS is not just music. It's about promises. If one person breaks that promise, we're all broken." Then he paused for a moment and continued, "I'm not angry because he wants to leave. I was angry because he felt he had to go alone." Army broke into tears. Comments flooded the platform in seconds. Some wrote, "Why does this feel like a goodbye we didn't ask for?" Others said, "Please, come back, sit together and talk. Even if there's no song, it's okay." But the most surprising was the reaction of one of the oldest members, Jin, who has chosen to remain silent because he is still in an emotional recovery period after military service, and his mother's condition is being treated. I